today's topic is intercellular junctions. Intercellular junctions are the junctional proteins which hold the tissue together to give it a strength and stability to the tissues. And obviously it's play many more functions which we'll study in coming slides. But just to have a basic concept, in this image you can see that there are two cells which are connected with different junctions, right? Different type of junctions, and on lateral surface the same junctions are shown to just have a good understanding of the concepts, right? So if you see, these are two cells, right? And there are villi present. For example, this is intestinal epithelium and having villi on the lumen surface, right? So one by one we'll study every type of junctional proteins or intercellular junctions. Broadly, if intercellular junctions are categorized into three types, right? So tight junctions, gap junctions, and cell adhesion molecules, which are desmosome, hemidesmosome, and Jonah adherens. One by one, we'll study all these types, starting with tight junction. Tight junction is also called Jonah occluting. As you can see in these are two cells, and on apical surface, apical is always toward lumen, right? So normally if we talk about epithelium, there are apical surface, there is basal surface. Toward basal lamina there is basal surface, and toward lumen, toward villi, there is apical surface, right? So on apical surface, the topmost junctional proteins are tight junction. Now, to understand this topic, first of all, you should know where these junctional proteins are present in our all over our body. Where these junctional proteins are present, if you see, there are various physical barrier in our body. You must have seen that there are intestinal epithelium, there are respiratory epithelium, there is renal tubule, there are blood brain barrier, there are lots of physical barrier which we count in innate immunity, right? So those physical barrier are because of tight junction only. Because if the cells, they are not connected tightly with each other, it will not act as a barrier, right? So the basic barrier function is played by tight junction proteins. So if you can see on lateral surface, there is zigzag manner arrangement of these proteins, and they opposes from one cell to other. So both the cells having zigzag manner, they are connected with each other so that they completely obliterate the space, right? So the apical membrane, the apical layer is very tightly bound so that it act as a physical barrier, right? But second thing is, if we talk about this is cell, this is cell, right? If so one substance is transported from this cell, it's transcellular route, right? But if one substance is transported from between the two cells, right, that is called paracellular route. So you must have heard some paracellular route. For example, if you talk about renal tubule, calcium is transported by a paracellular route, right? So paracellular route is only possible through these tight junctions. Okay, so as you can see the zigzag manner, so in between there is some space. So from this layer to this layer, right, paracellular route, the transport is possible. Tight junction, so tight junction, which is basically it adheres strongly and obliterate the space. But what happens if tight junctions is not proper? If tight junctions is not, if there is some structure abnormality or any disease occur, right? So you can see that here these two cells have proper tight junctions, right? So epithelial resistance is very good. So there are number of bacteria in for example, this is intestinal epithelium, right? So there are number of bacteria which can't invade through this tight junction, right? And that's why this act as a physical barrier and provide innate immunity to us, right? But because of some disease or whatever can be caused. If the tight junctions are disrupted, the cells are not adherent to each other. Because of this disruption of tight junctions, there is space between cells, and because of this, the bacteria, the pathogens, they can invade easily, and they can start immune reactions, which can lead to any inflammation or anaphylaxis, right? So, this is inflammatory bowel disease, which is shown in the image, in which the cause is tight junction disruption, right? So, so you have understood that how tight junctions are important. Okay, now after tight junctions, the one more important is gap junction. Now, if we talk about gap junctions are, as you can see, in between two cells. This part is gap junctions. You have heard gap junctions in cardiac muscles, in which cardiac muscles have intercalated disc, which include gap junctions. But gap junctions allow, so you have studied in cardiac muscle intercalated disc. So why that intercalated disc gap junctions is very important? Because the myocardium acts as syncytium. Why? Because of these gap junctions only. Because because the gap junctions allow rapid propagation of the action potential, rapid propagation of the ions and solutes, so that the electrical activity, it suddenly propagates all over the myocardium, and whole ventricle whole ventricle contract together. And that's why this is very important. Gap junctions, the space, if we see gap junctions, is 2 nanometer around channel, and it permit iron, sugar and amino acids. If we see structure of gap junctions, this is the plate. We are zooming this plate, right? This plate. So this is the plate, and the unit of these gap junctions are connect zones. You can see this is connect zone of one cell, and this is connect zone of other cells, right? If we zoom connect zone, then connect zone is made up of 6 units of connexins. If we see one connexin, out of it, one connexin includes 4 different regions, which if we zoom further, there are 4 transmembrane domain, right? And the structure is arranged like this. If we see a cut section of these connect zones, then there is a pore formed in between, which allow propagation of action potential and the transfer of ion solutes. You can see the pore size is around 2 nanometer, and this is intracellular space and this is intracellular space, but intracellular space is continuous throughout these connect zones. And that's why gap junctions are very important for propagation of different things, right? Propagation of electrical activity and the passage of different ions and solutes. So coming to third type of intercellular connections, they are zona adherens, desmosome and hemidesmosome. Starting with zona adherens, this part. So zona adherens are made up of 3 proteins: integrin proteins, catherine proteins and selectin proteins. These, what they, zona adherens are basically connected with different microfilaments. What are microfilaments? For example, actin is actin is most important part played by muscle contraction, right? Actin is involved in muscle contractions, so during cell movement actin is playing the part, right? So the zona adherens is connected with that, so that when cell moves, the cell integrity, the epithelial integrity is maintained, right? Coming to desmosome. Desmosome, here you can see the circular patches are shown in yellow color, those are desmosomes. So the patches from both the cells, they opposes each other, but here the difference is desmosomes are connected with intracellular intermediate filament, not microfilament, right? They are connected with intermediate filament. What are intermediate filament? Are those filaments which are connecting cell to membrane, right? So in cell, to maintain shape contour of a cell, there are some proteins, there are some filaments which are connecting nucleus to cell membrane throughout the cell, so that cell can resist different pressures outside the cell and cell will not rupture, right? So that is role by desmosome. Now desmosome is connected to those filament of one cell and desmosome connected to other cell, so that it can resist, epithelium is also stable and it can resist other pressures, maintaining shape and during every movement. So this is epithelium, for example. So there are different peristalsis movement, right, continuously taking place, right? So the zona adherens and desmosomes, they maintain the integrity, not only integrity but shape of the cell also, right? Obviously the primary function is hold the tissue together, but during movement also they have to hold the tissue together and without any change in shape also. Coming to hemidesmosome, hemidesmosomes are also playing the same role, but along with them they are present on basal lamina, and they are present on lower surface, and they are connected with basal lamina, right? Basal lamina is the layer just below the epithelium, so they are connected with basal lamina. And most important thing is they are connected with intermediate filament, in which most important is integrin. Integrin is further connected with actin, which help in cell movement. So that's why hemidesmosome are playing role in cell movement. Okay, so all the cell junctions, cell intercellular junctions, they are playing the role of stability, to maintain the integrity of cells, to to enhance the propagation of electrical activity, different paracellular uh, transport mechanisms, right? So that's all about intercellular junctions. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.